Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. The S&P 500 was down 0.27% today. Market was going along fine, and then the minutes from the last Fed meeting came out, and some of the governors were, very concerned about the pace of inflation and how it was kind of staying up. Some of them were even talking about the possibility of raising rates if they needed to. And this is not something the market's really used to, at least from those words. So far from Chairman Powell. Yes, it still looks like there'll be a rate cut, although it might be later. They want to see more proof and those types of things. So, not really, a lot of talk about raising rates, and that would be something the market would be fearful of here, obviously. Um, However, it's not real big news as far as I'm concerned. And the market didn't drop that much about it either. Especially since that meeting happened, we've had some of the job reports come out, and we had quite a few less jobs created in the last month than expected, for example. So some cooling there, some higher, first-time unemployment claims. And the Fed's other mandate, besides keeping inflation down, is to keep the job market sound. The job market is still very sound. Their target is, 4% or less for unemployment, and we're there. But it is going to be something they think about, and they may not raise rates in an environment where the job market is starting to get softer. So uh, that was the news for the day. However, after the market closed, NVIDIA came out and just blew away their numbers. And this is kind of an amazing story altogether because since last May when they first did this and they really blew away their, expectations, the bar has been raised higher and higher and higher, and they keep jumping through that bar. Revenue, all of it, forward guidance, you name it. I mean, they're really doing well. They also announced a 150% increase in their dividend, still small dividend, only 10 cents a share, but nonetheless and a 10-for-1 stock split. So it's, roughly $1,000 a share could come down to, $100 a share. Stock splits are a kind of, for some strange reason, a bullish piece of a stock. Sometimes the stock will go up and right before the stock split, even though, you're getting 10 more shares, it's still getting, the same dollar amount altogether. So, but nonetheless, there is often some pop that happens. It does make it easier from the standpoint of, smaller investors that can't buy partial shares. If you want to buy, one share for $100, that'll be a lot more accomplishable than it is now, obviously. So that type of thing. And that's why they do these splits quite often. Not everybody believes in splits, but that's what NVIDIA is going to be doing here. So nonetheless, the stock was up over 6% after hours. A lot of the tech stocks were up after hours, actually, too. So we could see some pop tomorrow from the report today, and get back to heading upward again. I think the story is going to be more about artificial intelligence and NVIDIA and the things along those lines than it will be about inflation here. We'll see how that plays out, but this is a really good sign for the money that's being spent in this area. There's a big movement happening here that's very important to the stock market and very important to earnings in the end across the board, even including utility companies and such too, which is kind of fascinating. So nonetheless, look forward to being able to see what's going to happen tomorrow, and we'll talk to you then. Thank you very much.